jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
First in the building, Big Bunsen Boxing on deck. What's good? Salute, man. Good morning to you. What's the word, OG? What's good? Big shout out to the supporters first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? We have a colossal undertaking. You know what I'm saying? That's here, colossal. You know, but shout out to the fans. Shout out to the fans of Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all who've been, you know, supporting the live streams and knowing that you on the right team, man. Shout out to the fans of Terrence Bud Crawford, man. That's been putting in the support, putting in the time and effort. You know what I'm saying? Clicking the notifications, hitting the like button. And it's boxing talk at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's boxing talk at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying. And big shout out to, you know, the ones like Blunts and the other ones that leave, drop those information, those vid clips in the chat. I mean, in the DM and everything. I appreciate you. That's content right there. Real talk. But as you already know, to continue to rehash the same, yes, the day is coming. It is imminent. It is right there for your viewing pleasure on the calendar if you have one. Whether that calendar be on your mobile phone or you're still old school and you have paper calendars freaking thumbtacked to your wall in wherever you're living at. However, you got to see the date. Some of you got it on your screensaver. You know what I'm saying? However you need to see it, you know, get there. As you're looking in the thumbnail, man, you have two individuals that's about to be a part of history. You have two pound for pound fighters that's about to be a part of history come July 29th, going into the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. They about to pick it up. They about to pick it up and make that ring walk with their team. But before they can do that, I've been seeing video come out. I've been staying close attention, you know, to the IGs, especially Showtime with the all access that's been out there. I've just been, you know, taking my time and just paying attention as always. And I'm going to tell you, man, it's a gap that it seems to me when it comes to motivation that I don't see on the other side of Spence. A mentality of mine when it comes to the combat sports is that, you know how fighters or coaches or whatever, they always act like you got to be private. Like, what make you want to be so private now? You know what I'm saying? If you that good, privacy shouldn't matter up to a point. I can understand you're not letting people into the gym. You know, you're not letting them see in training and so forth of what your game plan is. But when I'm talking about privacy, I'm just saying, like, what's wrong with allowing the public to have material to get them more interested in purchasing? You're trying to maximize these fighters pay-per-view interests. You want the consumers to be a part of this economic history that they're trying to make. This economic bar, this monetary bar they're trying to do in boxing. Because people always talk about how boxing is a business and all that. But yet when it comes to the consumers actually participating, you know what I'm saying? We have to put the interest on the coaches too. Like you got to put videos out there, your fighters, man, getting it in. You got to get the consumer who's driving and they may be paying attention, looking at video, and they're able to access, you know, actual content of your fighter that's stepping into the ring July 29th. See them out there running, working out, you know what I'm saying, doing stations, training stations. You know what I'm saying? They doing different drills, man. They going from freaking station to station doing these workouts. That's what get people motivated. Not just pictures of a dude looking at the ground. You got to get people interested, man. It's 2 weeks remaining before the fight. 1 more week of training. You know, you should have got people interested by putting out the video. It takes more than showtime. It takes the fighter himself to go out here. If you're struggling, if you're jumping back in training camp and you're trying to get your ass back in shape, man, we need to see you getting back in shape. That's what it's about. We need to see you getting back in shape. We need to see the transformation. Transformation sells more than anything. Transformation sells, bro. Transformation has a lot to do with somebody reaching in their pocket. It does, man. And what I've been looking at going on with Omaha, you know, and Bud Crawford, man, he's had so many training videos out there that's what the conversation should be about. You know, he's out here putting out training videos and letting people know the transformation so he can take pictures like that's on the screen. Man is super shredded. The man's condition is crazy right now. When Crawford gets to Vegas, all he's doing there is go through the routine like he always do on fight week. But as far as his body, what his body is looking like, people gonna look. Somebody told me, "Oh man, you're that worried about how Crawford look, but you're the same one who told my aesthetics really don't matter." I say you're right to a point. Aesthetics matter up to a point. You're right, and then it doesn't matter. But my criticism when it comes to Spence is knowing that internally, how we look at your performance, it starts there. So with him, a fighter that balloons, you know, up in weight doing fights, aesthetics really don't matter if you're getting yourself in shape up to a point. Yeah, you can get the abs and everything else. Okay, cool. But what about the guy who continued to have abs the entire time knowing that he was going to step in the ring anyway? So with that said, you continue to build yourself and have a fat camp. Then you have to be energized enough to come back and actually get the training in. So the inside out, that's going to be the issue at the end of the day. You know, how healthy were you able to build the inside of your body so that when you start to get in those mid to late rounds, if it goes that far, how is the inside of the engine going to continue to run? People kind of take notice to Bud because he already shows you that he's doing all the right things to keep that engine running correctly in between fights. That's quite the contrary when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. I'm glad he's looking the part. He's getting back in shape. I'm happy about that. But he ain't in Crawford shape. This dude right here, he looks like a freaking tank, man. He looked like an Omaha freaking mobile tactical vehicle heading into Vegas, and they about to release the damn special op forces to go out here and take this guy out. You know what I'm saying? He's the head special ops team member. Dude got low body fat. He ain't going in there about worried about making weight. Come on, man. When somebody got that much striations, he got striations in his shoulders, man. He got striations at the top of his pectoralis, man. His pectoral muscle. And then the abdominals, the abdominals, man, that just overall defines the nutritional value that's been going on in this camp. I'm not saying, Errol Spence don't have no motherfucking abs. I'd be lying to you if I actually told you I was paying attention. I'm not even really paying attention to Crawford's freaking abs. I'm just saying if the content is out there for public record, I'm going to snatch it and I'm going to speak on it, especially how close this fight is. I'm just saying the man, damn, they got an 8-pack in this pick. You know what I'm saying? They say, we ain't playing. And then you got Bud Crawford that like break who, nigga? Who? Hold your head up when you're walking, man. Hold your head up, man. Have that same energy you did when you grabbed the mic at the press conference. No, man. Come on, man. You ain't fought nobody, man. Have that same energy. I told y'all, the more and more they put out content, it's going to be good. The more and more pictures they put out, the better it's going to be for content, right? Why would you be trying to encourage your people or your fight fans to tune into this fight? I don't know. Spence just maybe, he may treat his fan base just like I see them. Like, it's not all of them, but he just may look at it like, man, they're gonna do what they do. They haven't been talking about me for months at a time. I don't care. I don't really care to get them to be any more enthusiastic than they should be. I don't care. That's what I'm getting. Like, I am seeing that energy, man. I haven't seen that energy, and that's not good for that team. You know what I'm saying? The street sign saying 2-time undisputed. It goes without saying. We don't need any freaking extra freaking directions or instructions. Terrence Crawford looking tremendous shape right now. Vice, Errol Spence, he's looked like he's trying to find motivation. I'm saying on the ground somewhere. Somebody may have been at the track and they left some motivation on the track, and he said, "Oh, I needed you. Thank you." And he picked that motherfucker up, and put it in his pocket. He needed that motivation, man. Seriously. People needed that motivation. I don't know what's going on, but dude is looking like an apex predator on the hunt right now, shawty. Man, shout out to the MACKMO baby. The Mac Mob is in the building. What's good, OGWCS at work on deck? Let's cook. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to the Mac Mob on deck. Good to have you over here, brother, man. Hope everything is going well on that Saturday morning. This is fight night, of course. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to AMAU. Shout out WCS from Detroit. Yes, sir. Shout out to Detroit boxing fans out there. You know what I'm saying? The boxing fanatics out there in Detroit. Salute to y'all. Nelly Content Entertainment. WCS, what's good? What's good with you, Nelly? Shout out to Toby Bartley from across the pond, man. Salute WCS in the chat. We're global, baby. We're global. You know what I'm saying? The Big Fish Fry July 29th. Yes, man, we ready, willing, and able. You know what I'm saying? We ready, willing, and able to demonstrate. You know what I'm saying? It's looking good right now. It's looking good. It's looking like reality is going to change the landscape of what we've been dealing with over the last several months, man. It's going to change the landscape on this YTC. It is. They can say what they want. They can act funny, but it ain't going to matter, bro. We seeing two different fighters. You know what I'm saying? We seeing one who is used to cheat code to take the easy route, and he's looking unsure of himself. Then we have Terrence, who's always been, in control of what he was doing. He's never let himself become lost and somebody had to find him. Let's make that clear. You know what I'm saying? That deals with ring IQ and mental strength too. When you have individuals who remain psychologically strong, especially knowing they have a fight of this magnitude coming up. I just never heard of people, saying that Terrence was out here lost. He lost his way. He was fat. He was looking fat in public. He didn't really have the desire to keep on boxing. We haven't heard that. But with Spence, there's been many a times where people probably attempted to reach out to this dude and bring him back to the track, try to get him dialed back in, but they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And to hear Bud Crawford say he called the man up to get this fight started, it speaks volumes, man. But we really don't know what he's feeling on the inside. All I hear is the propaganda that's being spewed out here, as if all of a sudden these aerosexuals who refuse to talk about this guy, they refuse to speak about Errol Spence, man. Not until he took his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? They were so deprived of seeing something to get them back on track, man. Like they too was lost and had to be found. They was busy talking about Bud all this time. But they wanted to do this all access. He had to take off his shirt, and we seen he wasn't in the best shape and everything. That's when they were saying, "Oh man, he's way bigger than Crawford." Okay, size, it is what it is, but it's gonna come down to skills, right? It's gonna come down to skills, right? And I remember what you said, T.O. T.O. said, yeah, people always talk about skills. This time it's gonna be about will. Okay, T.O. Okay, if you believe so, for whatever reason, you're trying to hang tight with your boy because he was born over there in NY. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to hang tight. I get it. But you're wrong on this, bro. You're wrong on this. Y'all talking about will like Crawford don't have will. Y'all talking about will like this man don't have will, dog. Come on. What are y'all talking about? Abs are made in the kitchen. Yeah, man, ab really displays the nutritional transformation when it comes down to your body transferring fat to muscle. It really does. The abdominals come in, your body transferring fat to muscle, and also it's based off you actually doing exercises too. So we know both fighters are actually doing exercises and everything, getting themselves right. But you can exercise and still stay and look like a bubble. You can still have that layer of fat there where your abs are not showing. But to see Terrence Crawford in this type of shape, and he looks healthy in this type of shape. He's looked healthy. He always looked healthy in his weight cuts. Whereas Spence, if you look through the thumbnail, he's walking down kicking rocks. And he's really saying, damn, how am I going to be able to handle the aftermath of this fight when I get exposed on July 29th? I mean, hearing WCS talk about 5 years ago, I couldn't even get Lamont Peterson up out of there. But I'm up here telling people I'm going to break his will. Well, 5 years ago, you was younger. Lamont Peterson was a solid fighter. Lamont Peterson was a solid fighter, man. Shout out to the champ. A solid fighter. And when you hurt that man, it took you 2 more rounds after that for the fight to be stopped. That's before anything and everything happened. And I keep reiterating that because people keep believing that, yeah, he's going to go in there and break Crawford. And y'all are not dissecting this shit at all, man. I can tell a lot of you niggas in high school didn't go to science class. You didn't see no need. Because when it came down to them putting shit under the microscope, you just didn't see the reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? You niggas are PE niggas. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to go play and shit. You know what I'm saying? Your goddamn PE coach wasn't even in shape. Most of the time, he just had y'all out there throwing pine cones to one another outside in the woods and shit. To my age, stay out of sight, out of mind. Whatever you do, don't go back up to the school until we get back together after 45 minutes. And we form up and we go back to the school. But I'm gonna be right down here on the field And y'all want to run up there in the tree line and goddamn climb trees and throw pine cones at each other. You can do it now. All right. I don't think some of y'all took science class, man, where you had to actually dissect animals and really dive into certain aspects of how that whole shit work. I don't think a lot of you cats was all about biology. I don't know, because the type of insults that I'm hearing about Crawford is saying all that muscle ain't gonna matter. But I'm like, if the muscle's not gonna matter, then why were y'all so hyped up last year when he was getting in shape for Ugas Ugas and talking about how many his abs and he's dizzy, he's gonna destroy Ugas? I keep on putting it out there, man. Though 1 and 0 sit next to each other on a numerical scale, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes zero is before 1, 0 of no value, and 1 is of value, numeric value. When you put the 1, beside the 0, they become a different number of higher value without really adding them together. And in this particular case, Ugas went to 10 rounds with a dude that's supposed to be more mature, more stronger, more experienced, more of a vet, pound for pound, all this stuff. 5 years after Lamont Peterson, you fight another older fighter and you go 10, but yet your people out here talking about how you're going to destroy Crawford, a dude that no one can say on his resume he's been destroyed. Nobody can say that shit, bro. JK, what's good? Will be a great fight. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great ass whooping. It's gonna be a great ass whooping. They wonder why I just say I don't see any way that Spencer's winning this fight. I don't see what y'all are talking about. All this killer shit. Like, he's gonna sit up here and disable Crawford and break him down and fragment his whole, physical anatomy. He's just gonna break him down and have him confused. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. He's gonna be in a chaotic position because he's never been in there with a guy like Errol Spence. When have you seen Crawford be in that state of mind, though? When have you ever seen him delirious like that? When have you seen him delirious like that, man? The man has a strong will. You can tell the way he answers questions. You can tell his mindset when it comes to, how he's going to approach a challenge. We've seen it. You can tell how he thinks. When they say, is this going to be your toughest opponent? Well, I don't know. When somebody assess a question like that, being that the guy's on the pound for pound list right beside him, he didn't say, oh, yeah, this is going to be tough. Yeah. He just pretty much said he don't know because he haven't been there yet. He hasn't fought the guy. I don't know. I have to get in the ring with him. But if you hear Aerosexual, they sitting up here talking and stamping it already that this is going to be Bud Crawford demise. And I can't take them serious. I really can't. I can't take that shit serious, man. Shout out to the XO Factory in the building. What's good with it, dog? OGW says, what's good, big bro? Hot grease in the afternoon. Let's keep our foot on their necks. Yes, sir. Keep our foot on our necks with an extended. I'm talking about keep your foot on their neck and extend that leg out for full maximized pressure. And sometimes you bend the knee, you release just a little bit, not too much, and then you reapply. Extend that leg back out. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. Just when they think, oh, good, oxygen, they start to choke again. You know what I'm saying? Just when they thought that heel was goddamn releasing. No, it's not time yet. It's not time. It's not time, man. You know what I'm saying? It is not time. Real talk. Only thing Errol been feeling on the inside is them crab legs. See, the one thing about those crab legs, though, I think he may have gotten them crab legs out of him already, Toby. It's just the goddamn butter. You know, that's that sauce that help them crab legs be smothered. All that butter. I don't think that's came out all the way yet. I think a lot of that is still gonna be left in there when the referee is giving instructions on July 29th. You know, I think that butter sauce when Terrence started going to the body and Arrow is sweating, I think combined with his perspiration and the butter, I think all that shit is gonna be splashing the commentators and shit every time Terrence lands a body shot, y'all. Real talk. That's how I believe that shit is gonna get out his system. Terrence is gonna beat that motherfucking butter out that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they're gonna say, no, this ain't regular sweat, nigga. This shit look like motherfucking parquet. Damn. I can't believe I'm witnessing what I'm. Damn, this is actually butter that he ate. You remember the crab legs he posted? Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Terrence gonna beat that shit out of his midsection, man. Look, once again, I must respect Lamont Peterson, man. You're talking about totally two different styles, Lamont Peterson and right. And Lamont took some stiff body shots from Earl. I mean, this is when he was on route to face Carlos Ocampo and Mikey Garcia, dog. Like, he was sticking Lamont Peterson with some nice body shots. And when Lamont was knocked down, he got right back up and fought on. Where's these dudes or these girls, these dudes or these gals getting the information that Crawford's never been in there and showed people what he can do if he's presented with the aggressive nature of a fighter. If there's a situation that he's not getting the best of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of taking him out of his fluidity as a fighter. He may be taking unnecessary, contact. The key word, contact. If punches are making contact with Bud and he don't like that, he say, no, I shouldn't be getting hit with this. I'm better than that. He makes the necessary changes, right? Why the aerosexuals refuse to know that this man is praised for making adjustments, it's just basically further exemplifying their ignorance. That's all. It's just ignorance. It's just they refuse to acknowledge that he does make adjustments and people have given him praise for collecting data. But when it comes to an aerosexual, all they do is speak about him starting slow and Errol Spence is gonna run dead smack over him. And he ain't ran over nobody unless you was on the goddamn intersection. You know what I'm saying? That's the only person. And we already found out who that driver was. That was Shane Mosley. They say he was 14. Well, they was off. They was off about goddamn 35 years. You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley up here talking that bullshit. Only thing Errol been feeling on the insides on crab legs. Let me post that right quick because sometimes I gotta post these comments because the aerosexuals be hitting a replay, and I want them to become better readers. You know what I'm saying? I'm petty like that. I want the aerosexuals to become better readers so they can read this damn comment that I put up there. Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing Predictions League. Salute to you. How you feeling, big dog? Ball Out Mixtape Fire. Salute, man. Let's go. Bud, 2 weeks. You know it. You know it, man. Shout out to Don Vaughn on deck. 2 weeks. Bud gonna dethrone Errol. The PBC let Spence into the wild Bud, the honey badger, about to tear him a new one. Look at the honey badger in the thumbnail though, dog. What are these niggas thinking, dog? Come on, man. Somebody come up with some answers on Saturday, bro. I know some of y'all at work and whatever you try to do, when you're trying to come up with this answer, and if you got some aerosexuals around you, do me a favor, man. Just try to answer the question without slapping the shit out of them, man. Let them aerosexuals work, man. I don't want you losing your job because they over there looking in between boxes. They standing over your desk and shit, asking you dumbass questions. Hey, man, just because he released new footage don't mean nothing. They still got to step in the ring. in the 2 weeks, man. I want us to have a better relationship at work after the fight, man, because you just taking this too much. You did too much. The heterosexual is gonna be getting on your nerve. Don't do nothing to them, man. Keep your employment. Make the bag. You know what I'm saying? Make the bag. Do not let them get on your nerve, man, because listen, they're gonna be trying to go up there and go into July 29th and try to be friends with you. They're gonna try to have some type of a different type of energy about them. Why? Because they don't want to feel as guilty when that ass whooping start playing out on TV. They don't want to feel so guilty. They're like, oh my God, man, I was on the wrong team the whole time. I knew I fucked up. God damn it. Damn, man, that's why I didn't get promoted at work. Oh shit. They're gonna start coming up with all these excuses, man. For real, they're gonna come with all these freaking excuses. They're gonna try to be so friendly with you in the last hours. When it gets down to the last 36 hours, the heterosexual is gonna be coming around you for no reason. Hey, Brian, and you got the channel? Yeah. Hey, I know we don't get along 99% of the time. I know, listen. I was wondering, did you want to go out to lunch today? You know, let's just put it under the bridge, buddy. Just put it under the bridge. Leave it alone. Put it on the bridge. Let it flow down. You know, let the water just take it on down and you know, be done with it. Hey, I really want us to have a better rapport. Please. I meant nothing of it, man. All the criticism, all the shit and I was surprised you found out I was under that ghost account online. And you're very smart when it comes to that social media. But man, I was just feeling some type of way. Don't let the aerosexuals, man, betray y'all. They're gonna be coming around for no reason. For real, be careful. They just want to be friends because they don't want to take on the entire responsibility of seeing how that ass whooping is gonna play out. Carlos on deck. What's good with it, Carlos? WCS salute. Beat down on deck. Fish fry on deck. Mama Bud. B-Day party on deck. 2 weeks away from undisputed. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Hot motherfucking grease, man. Hot. And see, I don't even mention his mom like that, Carlos. I keep his mom out of it. I just put stories in the thumbnails and I try to keep his mom out of it, because if I continue to tell and put his mom have a birthday out there, man, they just gonna lose it, bro. I don't want these dudes just jumping off piers and shit. Talking about, hey, man, I'm gonna have a little different lunch today. I'm just gonna take the elevator up. I'm just gonna go to the roof and just get some fresh air, okay? So what I'm gonna do. Did somebody still say that Bud Crawford's his mother's birthday is on that day? Yeah, for real. That's his mom's birthday. Just tell my family I love them. Okay. I fucked up, man. I bet some money on there and I didn't know all the details. And the shit that I betted on this fight, I can't get back. I can't recover. And no one told me his mom's birthday was on that day too. I'm just going strictly off the fighters and their resumes. They say Bud didn't have not a good resume, but I think Spence did. But now it's his mother's birthday. I just want to tell all you all it's been great. I'm headed up to the roof. That motherfucker be going to the roof. Oh, this is the time where I see if the Walmart umbrella actually works. They say it can handle if you jump off a 20-story and it should float you down. You know what I'm saying? This would be a perfect sign for me to know that I'm still good. I'm going to jump off with this motherfucking umbrella. If I make it to the bottom healthy, oh man, it's going to be everything I hope for. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love DMX so much. Lord, give me a sign. Yeah, you're going to get a sign, all right. You're going to get a sign, all right, for real. I'm telling you. I don't try to mention his mom, man. That's too much. That's overload, dog. That's overload. I want them to deal with what we're talking about when it comes to boxing. I just trying to keep it on the fight date itself. You know what I'm saying? On the training regime. The elements there, Carlos. I look, y'all in the chat. B Mac, XO, Big Blunts and Boxing, Don, Andrew Charles. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it on the elements. The elements of boxing is saying that Crawford, all those dang, those different training stations he's doing, those strength and conditioning, man, he's training like an apex predator on the hunt, y'all. The elements of his training is what's standing out to me. While I'm seeing elevator type Richard Simmons lay on the floor and do planking exercises. Hold 10, 9, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring your knees forward and stand up. We're going to take a 10-minute break, okay? Please don't go too far. The water is over there, and we're going to come back and we're going to do what is called some hamstring stretches, okay? And you see Bud Crawford over there going through a motherfucking full-blown intense training regime, like he's basically trying out for the special ops forces in the military or something. This man is doing like football orientated workout, strength and conditioning. I mean, that's why he looked the way he does, man. That's just like nutrition. You know what I'm saying? That shit is involving nutrition, and then daily calorie burns with the right strength and conditioning. And the aerospace can say what they want about it. They can say, well, muscles ain't gonna win fight. Hey, that conditioning is, though. All you gotta do is check out the 6th round. Errol Spence hurt Lamont Peterson back then, in the 5th round. In 6th round, he couldn't even damn turn it up and get this dude up out of there. He went to the 7th round, still couldn't get him up out of there. Barry Hunter had to come and damn stop the fight because Lamont Peterson's eye was swelling up. But if you take a look at the fight, the entire fight, not the highlights, the entire fight, you're not going to be impressed. Yeah, he got the victory and all that, but that was 5 years ago and an older fighter. So now that he's gotten older, he's supposed to be much stronger. You know what I'm saying? Much more experience as a boxing vet on the pound for pound list. He went 10 rounds with Ugas. He went 12 rounds with Danny Garcia. But yet they keep talking that he's going to go in here and stop Bud in shorter fashion. Now, if you want to talk about what's on paper, then people should be more tuned in and more favorable to say, based off what Crawford's been able to do in the welterweight division, that will lead me to this. They have criteria. They have evidence to go off of. They have references, resources. When people just say that shit about Spence, they just talk about size. They just talk about favorability. That's all I'm hearing. I mean, that's all I'm hearing from that. Like, the resume shit ain't adding up. He has 3 fighters with undefeated records on his boxing ledger, and one of them is Carlos Ocampo. We're talking about somebody of recent. So the only one that really gets any validation is the 4-weight champion Mikey Garcia. But when it comes to Spence, quantity don't matter at all, because they look at the quantity and they just wipe it all clean. They say, oh, none of it matters. None of it matters. And that's untrue. That's untrue at all. I mean, real talk. Greatest thinker, what's good? I see Spence quitting in the corner due to eye issues or something with his face. Crawford hits too hard. His old injuries might show up that night. Greatest thinker, you might be on to something there with his eye. You might be on to something. Let's see. Bud said Errol asked for the bilateral rematch, not him. Bud not worried about losing. What it do, my DMV brother? Have you ever thought why so-called boxing fanatics would take on another title? You know what I'm saying? Like, they have it on paper. All y'all in the chat, they have the results on paper with Danny Garcia and Yordenis Ugas recently after the car accident, right? They brag about him taking no tune-ups. But what I don't hear you bragging about is, I want to hear you brag about how Garcia and Ugas was to go several rounds with the same guy that you're stamping his approval, that Terrence Crawford won't be able to get past the jab. It's blasphemy. It's absolutely preposterous to listen to this shit. For real. It is absurd lunacy to hear these cats continue to say that Crawford's gonna get stopped when you had other fighters that we know Bud will fuck up. He already got bragging rights over Danny Garcia in the AMs. When you hear people talk about this infamous jab all the time, like what are we doing? Like, have y'all not been looking at the box rec? That's where the resume is at, right? I hear everybody want to talk about resume. Oh, it's resume. It's resume. Oh my God, it's resume. Dude. Man, all y'all gotta do is look up the resume. Where you do that at? WJ Luckett on deck. What's good with it? Salute to your brother in the building. Errol Sessions gonna be like the band. Okay, I read that. T-Pix, what's up? W said salute. What's up, Mac Mob? Salute. Bud Warfare. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Bud Warfare on deck, man. We marching. When Bud does his post-fight interview in the ring, he should say, man down, strap season. Errol, I got all the motherfucking belts now. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Hey, put it out there, Blunts. You know what I'm saying? He should go through from start to finish, man. I got all the motherfucking belts. It ain't no motherfucking easy route, nigga. I am the route. I am the route. So if I decide to stay down here at 147 pounds, I'm the route, nigga. I'm choosing. So right now, I'm gonna get back to this fish fry, and you figure out with your team if you want to enact this rematch clause. Hey, let me know, man. Hit me up on the phone. The first time you was tripping, I told you I FaceTime your ass, nigga, and you say, "Oh no, I FaceTime." Now I don't know your number, nigga. You got me locked in now. You can't use that shit no more because people heard me and you heard me when I called you up in January to try to get this fight cooking. You got my number locked in now, so you can't use that shit. And then you can't use that easy route no more. It's over for you. What's popping, WCS in the chat? The sexuals losing their mind. Their motherfucking minds, their take on more and more unhinged. What the fuck is going on? They in denial, bro. That's called, I talked about this, the Juice. You know what I'm saying? I talked about this previously. I talked about PTSD. I talked about schizophrenia. You know what I'm saying? I talked about mental health when it came to the aerosexuals. I talked about how they didn't have the proper resources to call up people to help them get through this. They don't have the proper resources, man. So that's why you see these individuals taking on multi-personalities, because they're just not mentally stable right now, bro. You know how many months and they was continue to talk, but Crawford. Every time you hear aerosexuals, all the live streams, they'll be talking about Crawford. He ain't did this. He ain't cut his yard. He didn't wash his car. Do you know he ate lunch and it was on the paper plate? Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Dog, I just don't like nothing that he does, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he drinks out of a clear water bottle. Why? You can have a custom bottle to drink out of in there, man. Like he always acting like when the film is rolling that he's wrapping his own hand. Stop it. That's too much. You don't have to wrap your own hand. You pay people for that. Damn, man, this dude just do too many things right. You know what I'm saying? And then he put these pictures out recently. They're looking all cut up. No, man, we know that's Photoshop. Stop it. This man is fake all around. These motherfuckers don't want to admit or acknowledge, man, what is taking place in front of their eyes, bro. Spencer's losing punching power as he cut weight. Hey, Pitts, man, talk your shit, bro. He's going through a fat camp right now. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look how shredded this man is, man. He's an apex. In my Bernie voice, he's an apex, man. We're gonna beat the stuffing out of him. We're gonna do him something dirty, man. Look at that. I need to call up Bernie and say, Bernie, you know, how y'all get the abs like that, man? You know, because Errol said he got a nutritionist, but I think he making some food with Lowry seasoned salt. You feel me? I don't think he's kind of, watching the salt intake and the sodium, because Errol's not looking as cut as you are. So what's the secret over there, man? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all baking it? And what's the secret? You know what I'm saying? What's the secret sauce? Let us know, man, because we see an 8-pack in this apex predator from Omaha, dog. Shit going on. Hey, TikTok, man, we almost there. Man. You can tell who's an aerosexual and who's a bud buddy, because the aerosexuals are the ones nervous and angry with everyone. Man, you can't have no conversation with these guys, man. Every time one of them come up on a video, they don't have nothing positive to say. Like, I can look at a video, I can look at the person's live stream and really don't comment with all the other comments. I truly, I won't comment in there. And then if I do, I won't even freaking leave nothing super negative for anything. But every time they come over there, they always got something negative to say on my videos. Like, this just lets me know, man, y'all are distraught right now. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are dysfunctional right now. Y'all are confused. You know what I'm saying? Who is the leader? Who is he or her? What's up, panel? I think Bud is gonna punish Spence with body shots. Hey, man, we think Crawford's gonna punish Spence. Period. He gonna make a point. Their targeted areas that is legal in boxing pits is from the waistband, okay, up to the head area, front side, right? A knockdown is considered any part of the body that touches the canvas other than the soles of their shoe that pits. I just thought I'd bring that to the attention on the live stream, because I'm looking forward to seeing it play out in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, July 29th. Yes, sir. Spence doesn't like body shots. Bud give you them long body shots and Dungo. Yeah, he got him Dungo out of there in 3 rounds for them body shots. And people don't really at all giving Dongo the credit that he motherfucking deserves. But we ain't worried about it. Don't worry about it. We don't need you to give us anything. Don't worry about it, shawty. Don't give us that credit. You know what I'm saying? It's people that get credit taken all the time. You don't give us the credit. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. All I know is it's gonna be people on their feet for different reasons. It's gonna be people on their feet for different reasons doing the ring walk. You're gonna see the Crawford supporters. They're gonna be cheering. Yeah, beat his ass, nigga. Beat his ass. Omaha on deck. Fish fry. Let's go. We ready. And then when Errol walk out, you're gonna hear people biting fingernails and goddamn chewing on their finger and shit. They're gonna have their car keys, man. These motherfuckers gonna be so nervous. They're gonna be goddamn having their car keys. They're gonna be chewing on their car keys, man. They're gonna be twiddling their thumbs and shit. Oh, Oh, there he goes. Give me my drink. It got some ice in it. Just give me a cube of ice out of my drink, man. This is too much stress for me. This is too much, man. Damn. How you think Spence look right there? And he look like Spence. You don't think he ready? Because Crawford, he looks tremendous. Oh man, he look crazy, man. Yeah, it just looks all bad for Spence right now. You think we should go to the other side before the fight start? Them motherfuckers gonna want to switch sides once that ring walk happen, dog. Dude, you hear the energy? You hear the energy, dog? Hey man, it ain't gonna matter on who's booing and who's cheering. Because the ones that may be booing Terrence doing the ring walk will not be the same ones cheering him when he knocked Spence the fuck out. Shout out to Miss B on deck. Facts WCS, salute to you for being on deck. If you haven't already did, those of you that's in here for the first time, just hit the sub, hit the like, you know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. And get the notifications, tune in when you can. Yes, sir, indeed. It will be competitive for the first 5 to 6 rounds. And around that time, the onslaught of Spence working will separate them. Then you see Bud getting separate them. Then you'll see Bud getting stopped around 10 or 11. Bomac would save him. When have Bomac had to save him though? I mean, what you typed in there, it sounds good. And once again, I got to give my command because I'm being polite as we get closer. Stray on deck, stray in the building, stray on deck, please. Hey, attention, stray on deck, stray in the building. Be aware, cautious, stray on deck. So Jack Donkey Boxing came on here and talking about some crazy scenario, an onslaught, y'all. That's so adorable there, JDL. That's adorable. You mentioned the word onslaught of Spence boxing. What onslaught? Did Danny Garcia have the onslaught? Did Yordenis Ugas has the onslaught? Come on, get out of here with that, man. Follow the treats right back out the door, man. And why do you aerosexuals always mention Bomac? Are y'all infatuated with Bomac and how he's able to get these champions ready? What's going on with y'all, man? What's going on with y'all? I mean, come on with some new material. Spence was doubling over. They can't come in here and make a straight comment about Crawford without bringing in Bomac. But I ain't gonna lie, every now and then I do talk about Derrick James. I have a different reason for what they doing. From their intentions. That's all. Spence was doubling over from Uga slaps to the body. Finna be a short night. Man, it's gonna be a short night. Suppose his mother's birthday is on that night. 2-time undisputed, the second undisputed set of titles is about to go home with Omaha. You know what I'm saying? The fight's about to be stopped in early fashion because we can't trust the judges like all the other fights in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's going to be one of those nights. People going to have hangovers for the wrong reason. People in the chat, they're going to have hangovers for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? When them aerosexuals go back up after the fight is over with and they spend all their money, the remaining money that they have in the casinos, you know what I'm saying? In misery, the hangover is going to be different in the morning. It's going to be different. The wind out of fighters. Yes, sir. Him after 6 rounds. The stray came over here to once again attempt to advocate. That's what they do. They come in ones, y'all. Every now and then they might pair up, but they come in ones. That's how afraid they are to come over here in droves, because they can't. They don't have a leg to stand on. they push the same bullshit. They feel comfortable over there pushing the same shit. Oh, that jab. No, yeah, we heard about the jab. We seen it. It's an educated jab to do with the level of opposition Peck's Predator and Crawford. What does it got to do with anything? This ain't Victor Postal. Spence is much more talented than Postal. And that's your problem. You keep on underestimating when he fought Victor Postal, though. You know what I'm saying? One thing you forgot there, JDL, that you didn't mention. When he fought Victor Postal, did Postal have a belt or not? Did Postal have a belt or not? Yes or no? Did he have a belt? Okay, if he had a belt, it was legit. It was a legit fight. Postal wasn't no punk. He wasn't a bum. But you need to do your own research on that. I'm not here to educate you. You know, I'm here to antagonize periodically. You know what I'm saying? The strays that come over here in the chat. I know y'all like that. I know you strays like to be antagonized. You like the walk into the boulevard and then see that brick come right down in front of you. Oh shit, somebody throwing bricks? Yeah. I'm telling you what Postal said about how he thinks the fight is going to go. He did. But listen, Blunts. These heterosexuals really don't read shit, you know, like you do. They're not reading news out there. They're not doing that. So you saying that, they're not going to be able to pretty much link it up to what you're saying. They're not going to know if it's a new fresh interview out there. And if it doesn't benefit Errol Spence's narrative, they're not going to speak on it. The XO Factor will be hitting that heavy bag like, damn, Dad, where you at? So I'm guessing what you're saying is XO is going for Spence. Hey man, they can go for Spence all they want. I mean, to each his own, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad about the ones who going with Spence. I just you know, I talk about the ones who totally ignore how dangerous both fighters are, but yet the only fighter that they want to speak about and being the most vulnerable, frail, you know what I'm saying, fighter is Crawford all the time. Look, they don't speak on it in a way that Spencer's going to do all this stuff. Like if you go back several months, all they was talking about, oh, he ain't fought nobody. He got hurt by. They wasn't really speaking about what Errol was going to do. They were just talking about everything that they can gather in his resume. And they was just criticizing that over and over again. Oh shit, Avanesian, he stepped up and from the negotiations, and he was negotiating in bad faith and all this other bullshit. I mean, we heard that over and over again. Now that Errol Spence is finally taking off his shirt, now they want to talk about, oh, let's bring up his skills. That jab, man, Crawford ain't gonna be able to do nothing with. You know what I'm saying? We heard that old shit before, bro. Blunt said, I know what you said. That shit was ass. I'm just saying the fight not going to get serious till after the 5th or 6th round. That's when the real work begins. John Martin, what's good? Straight number 2 on deck. Straight number 2 on deck. Over. Straight number has entered the chat. He's on the boulevard, y'all. Please, no bricks. Okay. And if you have any type of Tibetan Mastiffs, pit bulls, bullies, do not release the dogs on these guys. You know, the strays aren't built for that, okay? Straight number 2 on deck. He comes under the title John Martin. Everybody welcome John Martin. He don't have shit good to say. He on some bullshit. Let's read it. When Bud loses, have the energy to walk out the ring titleless after this 50-50 that I pick an Errol Spence to buy the decision. Man, get the hell out this chat. putting some dumb shit like that, dog. I thought you was gonna come with it. Like, come on, man. Y'all try y'all best to sound stupid on purpose. Or you're not playing at all. I don't know. You might not be playing at all. Truth be told, Spence can't fight. Let's see. Trying to stroll down these comments. Spence can't fight off the back foot either. Bud gonna walk Spence down. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to find a way, with them cinder blocks on his ankles, because we know he get embedded. He's a flat-footed fighter. I'm hoping they're working on some shit in there. Because once again, I want y'all to go take a look at Lamont Peterson. Spence was moving around. He was having fun in there, that stationary target. He was dancing. He was moving and grooving. Go take a look at it. He was moving his feet. He was doing all that pop, switching stances. He was just trying to have fun in there. But I guarantee you that shit ain't gonna happen on the 29th, though. Boxing Fan Talk, what's good? Derrick James is saying that Crawford fight Spence fight instead of fighting Crawford fight. Derrick James is praying that Crawford fight Spence fight instead of fighting Crawford fight. And shout out to Top Boogie. But we all know that's not going to happen. You know why? Because, see, the film that Team Crawford is looking at has been out there for quite some time now. It's been out there for quite some time, man. But we don't know what type of style to train for Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? What type of style are we looking at? What does Terrence Crawford remediate over and over again that it's simple to go in there and say, okay, he's going to do this, he's going to do that? That is the biggest question mark of it all right there. What are you going to train for? You know what I'm saying? Because they're putting money on the simplest thing, right? They're going to say, okay, he's not going to be an orthodox for too long, so we're going to train for a southpaw fighter. But yet, when you listen to the podcast, I think it was a Fight Hub. I'm not sure. But if you listen to the podcast where Breadman said they need to bring in a sparring partner that can fight from both stances, you'll be a fool to think just because Crawford may not start off in the southpaw stance that he won't revisit the orthodox stance when it's beneficial for him at that time. You know what I'm saying? But also Team Crawford, I know they're extremely educated to understand there's been only a couple of southpaws that Spence has fought in his career. So pretty much them changing the southpaw stance rather, and fighting out of that, per the history, it should be an advantage to Terrence Crawford, because due to his boxing IQ and level of technique, him fighting from the southpaw position, people believe that it's going to be a battle of the southpaws. No, it's going to be a battle of attrition, but first boxing IQ. Because just like they said right here, you remember when Sean Porter mentioned about the mentality of Errol Spence to fight Sean Porter's fight. But the mentality of Bud Crawford was to do what? Beat Sean Porter with Bud's Crawford fight plan. His strategy. He wanted to fight. He wanted to go in there and beat Sean Porter at Bud Crawford's plan, not go in there and beat Sean Porter at Sean Porter style. That's a difference of mentality that we got here. I want to see what they training for. You're just gonna go in there and do the exact same thing. Look, did you see anything special with Ugas? I know Ugas isn't Crawford, but did you see any grand freaking plan to go in there and fight Ugas? No, you didn't. Toby said, OG, that's nice, smooth, soothing music in the background. Really nice and relaxed. Just waiting for the big fish fry. You want to hear something that's petty, that's real petty there, Toby? You know the title, you know the name of that loop that I'm listening to? Night Driving. That's the name of it, Night Driving. That's one of the defaults in StreamYard. Night Driving. That's the loop. If you can put that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Boxing fan talk. Yeah. Sometimes I play music, sometimes I don't, man. It's a lot of shit I do sometimes. But a lot of shit you do when you was 20s and 30s, you won't be doing when you're in your 50s. I guarantee that. You know what I'm saying? Derrick James will stop the fight and say, due to eye issues, watch. I don't know, man. Derrick James, man. I hope he lived by his code. You feel me? You know what that code is, right? Derrick James said he'd rather be knocked out than take punishment. So I'm going to see when he's going to be able to just call and pull the curtains on this fight. You know, if Errol Spence is incapable of looking like he can return, if he can recover. Because listen, one thing I know about Spence, he get hit. The good thing about Crawford and how punctual he is when you land on Spence, he just try to come forward. You know, he just try to come forward. And listen, that's not without me saying that if you land on Crawford enough to wake him up out of the zone that he's already in, to get him into fight mode, to throw away the fight strategy, he would do the exact same thing. But he's not as impulsive as Errol Spence, though. Errol Spence, you connect on him, he want to come right back, get it back. Crawford will be more calculated. He'll try to figure out why he got touched, and then he'll say, you know, let me keep fighting this, that, and the other. But if something happened, I don't know what will ignite that switch to be turned on. But once he turned on that switch, man, boxing is out the window. So both of them have that mentality. But I don't give Errol Spence mentality once he get hit. It's like a kill switch. No, it's just his mentality to hurry up and be a bit erratic with trying to get that shot back. You know, time you land on him, he got to get it back, and that means coming through the front door the same way he got touched up the first time. He's gonna do it. He's gonna just come right back at you, and that is a recipe for a knockout, fucking with somebody like Bud. Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, AK Showtime Shaw in the building. Salute to you, brother. 14 days out. Thanks for the count, man. 14 days out. All these soft, emotional, moist Spence fans in their feelings. Once again, 14 days out, all these soft, emotional, moist Spence fans in their feelings. Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you. Shaw News in the building. Team Tucker on deck. Yes, sir. What's good? Hopefully all is doing well with the fam over there, man. Shout out to Coach Malachi in the building. True Media Today, USA Boxing on deck. What's good with it, Coach? What's good, everybody? Peace to my homie at WCS. Peace to you, Coach. Salute to you. Definitely keep cooking over there, man. The fish fry is on deck. Bringing that NY hot sauce. Thinker say, what's good, coach? Shanu says, salute Toby Jahad Tucker, UK Army. Yes, sir. Global on deck. Scullo, what's good? In the building. Appreciate you pulling up. They scared WCS. Hey, they feeling some type of way, man. We're going to help them get through it, though. You know what I'm saying? With every thumbnail, we're going to help them get through it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to help them get through it. We're gonna raise that head up with that uppercut, the same uppercut that Jose Benavidez experienced. Bing! You know what I'm saying? We'll get you to hold that head up on fight night. We're going to get you to hold that head up on fight night, shawty. Believe that. Shout out to Boxing Fan Talk with the $5 super chat on deck. On deck. On deck. On deck. On deck. $5 super chat on deck. On deck. On deck. On deck. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. One love to you. Salute. Thanks for donating to the channel, man. Everything that people say is the truth ain't the truth. I agree with that, man. And also, everybody who believe that they the truth ain't the truth. You know what I'm saying? That boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who say they the truth ain't the truth, man. It's a lot of gaps in there, man. For real. The Stray said, so how do you see the fight going down? Can you break it down for us, please, WCS? Why should I break a fight down? Look, let me educate you on some shit right quick. You know how many times I heard people try to break this fight down before it happened? How stupid is that to waste my life breaking down a fight that hasn't happened? Now, I know some things can be prognosticated, but I'm not going to do it. How am I to do that? No, that makes no sense at all. Oh, can you break it down? Can you look? Every time somebody break down a fight, what happened? Man, see, when you was breaking it down in round 7, right? See me, I don't think the fight going round 7. I think it's gonna be over round 6. So I really don't think your breakdown is good. That's what I'm saying. Why all this breakdown talk? It's stupid. It's the dumbest shit ever, bro. When people was doing predictions when it was 2 months out. Why? You haven't even seen any training. Crawford haven't released this pick yet. I bet them same people that was doing predictions, they looking at this picture. Hold up. The video that I made earlier, there's some edits to it due to recent photos released from the training regime that Crawford's in. Yeah. I know I said the fight would go into the 10th round, but looking at that photo, I think we're looking at about 4.5, 5 rounds. I think we're looking at 4.5, 5 rounds after looking at, his conditioning and being that he's looking like an apex predator. We're gonna chop that off a little bit. We're gonna chop those rounds down a little bit. To the Spence fan in the chat, how does Spence beat Bud? And I don't want to see he just gonna beat him down, because I can't tell you Bud would make Errol reset and put him on the back foot. Hey, Carlos, ain't that what they be saying though, Carlos? You know what I'm saying? Oh, they go, that jab. That's the reset punch, right? And, oh man, they're gonna be having, Crawford just confused in there. Come on, stop it, man. Y'all stop that, please. Stop it. What all this predictions? They break it down for what? I ain't breaking shit down. Why? What is it gonna do? So everybody can critique it that don't like it just because they're not a Bud Crawford supporter? You want me to break down a fight? That shit is not respected on the YTC. People up here giving predictions. Well, one thing I know about WCS, he seems like he can't say nothing good about. I've said good things about Spence. I call him an elite fighter. I said he can box well on the inside. That's what he loves to do. But also that head that's on top of his shoulders, that headquarters is It's not all green and yellow in certain areas. Certain areas ain't firing the way they used to. And also it doesn't move around. It isn't as mobile and elusive that it should be. And you're talking about a sniper like Crawford. He's definitely going to take full advantage of that. And this is something you can take with you, JDL. You know the confidence I have with them being in the clinch? I know Crawford's better in the clinch than Spence. He's stronger than Spence in the clinch. We saw that with Sean Porter. That's one thing I know for a fact. Whenever it gets to the point where Crawford have to walk his ass back to the ropes and punish him, Spence ain't gonna be able to do shit about it. Y'all better get educated on somebody. You know, these wrestlers and these judo practitioners, these BJJ practitioners, on how they work on grip and manipulation. You know what I'm saying? How to control somebody's body movement. You thinking about just throwing the left and right. No, it's not that. It's more than that. It's a lot of beta males. They get hot more over real men. It shows in their thumbnails, don't it? Them niggas gonna die from alcohol poisoning drinking after this L. You ain't lying, man. That's why we gotta have the triage set up, man. We gotta have them Capri punches on deck, man. Hey, you didn't drink before the fight, but you're gonna drink during and after. Guarantee you that. You're gonna have to find one way to goddamn get rid of that misery and disappointment. I see the straight let him keep talking. We need somebody like that aerosexual to laugh at. Yeah, man, keep the strays. Do not time the strays out, man. You know, let the strays talk. Let them go over here and be a part of the real group of winners. Let them be a part of the real group of winners, man. That's why they over here in the first place. They don't want to admit it. See, JDL think because I didn't read his comment, I didn't see it. But he said, I support both fighters. Yeah, that's just the beginning of it. See, that's how they come over here. They'll come over here talking shit about Crawford, but then turn around, I support both fighters. No, you don't. Initially, when you came over here, you weren't talking nothing good about Crawford. So you don't support both fighters. Talk about, you haven't said too much anything good. Like, talk about Spence, man. Swaggy D. Is Bud better than Mikey and Danny? Swaggy D in the building. Shout out to Swaggy D in the building. I'm seeing you over here, but man, salute to you. Hit the sub button while you over here. That's Swaggy. I wasn't comparing Postal to Spence. Postal did an interview where he said how the fight was going to play out, and I was telling you what Postal said. Man, Bunce, are you still trying to explain to your son what you meant? Hey, do me a favor, man. This is what I want you to do, Blunts, man. Try to put a flashcard up here next time. Try to then put a flashcard up this bitch, because I swear you already done made 3 posts, and this dude does not understand that you was referencing. Your reference was Postal recent comments, a champion who Crawford beat to unify. Put flashcards up here next time, Blunts. Maybe that would do it. When shows Spence running, he is flat-footed. His breathing Vegas all crazy. Hey, man, I just hope he's in them streets running them hills, because we seen Crawford run to the stairway of heaven over in Colorado Springs, man. I think that shit got like 10,000, 833 steps on it. You know, the stairway to heaven. So I'm pretty sure if you can't get in shape running them joints with that elevation, I don't know what is. I don't know what it is. For real, man. And blunts, that's a great stat. They've kept that one real quiet. I just feel like that comment towards me was irrelevant because this fight has nothing to do with what Postal said to him. I picked Crawford to knock out Postal in that fight. A lot of stuff has to do with relevance when you have other fighters commenting. Okay, a period of instruction, a POI, okay? Let me give you this POI right quick there, JDL. There's been several people who comment on this fight. Most recently, I can take you back because it's all about education there, okay? Okay, JDL, since the strays are on deck, let me educate you on something. Freddie Roach picks Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence. See, I wasn't going to do this to you, but check this out. Trainer Freddie Roach is picking Terrence Crawford to beat unified welterweight champion Errol Spence on July 29th. See, Freddie Roach is a legendary trainer. And, you know what I'm saying? Myself and Shaw News has been on deck and actually seen Freddie Roach several times in person. Shout out to the frontliners. But Roach has been around the game for a long time. And this is Alan Fox who's writing this article. He sees those things as leading WBO welterweight champion Crawford 39-0 30 knockouts to victory over IBF, WBA, and WBC champs Spence, right? Check this out. This is what Freddie Roach highlighted. He said he likes Crawford counterpunching and aggressiveness. Once again, underscore, parentheses, air quotes. Freddie Roach likes Crawford's counterpunching and aggressiveness. He is picking Terrence Crawford to win. So therefore, unlike other people or other fighters who have made comments about Terrence Crawford, you know, probably gave Freddie Roach the 2 thumbs up. As in Errol Spence, he's always saying, F this person. I don't care about what that person said. F the Hall of Fame. I don't care. They're going to remember that. They're going to remember that, bro. When you retire, they are going to remember that you said F the Hall of Fame there, Errol. And I'm gonna be right there with a goddamn screenshot. You know, I have a sound bite right here. I screen recorded it. Oh, they already sent you? Oh, you already have hundreds of them? Okay, cool. I was just gonna say I have the screen recording. Okay. True words, Yoda. Talk to him, Yoda. Talk that boxing shit, man. This is what I'm trying to get to. Those of you that's been in the chat talking that boxing shit. This is what I'm talking about. People don't realize Bud has deceptive reach. And also, Yoda, you know, with that educational point, you know what I'm saying? His hands, he has big hands for his height and his size, which once he put them grenades into that glove, then the weapon only increases. You know what I'm saying? It only increases the amount of damage that would be inflicted once he start to touch Errol Spence with those damn grenades that he got. It only increases, man. It's gonna get real bad. EJ fans don't know anything about the sweet science. I agree with you on that, Juice. What they do know is that it's a box wreck out there, and that's all they've been going off for the last several months. They say that Crawford ain't fought nobody, ain't fought nobody, ain't fought nobody, ain't fought nobody, fought nobody, ain't fought nobody, ain't fought nobody. That's all they say. He ain't fought nobody. What about Sean? Oh man, Kenny Porter stopped that. His dad said he wasn't in training. What about Kell Brook? Oh man, he wasn't the same. He's a shell of himself. You heard what Spence said. He's a shell of himself. He's a shell of himself. Come on, bro. You got people out here talking about how old the opponents was when I did a breakdown that the last 7 opponents that Crawford has fought and who Spencer fought It only separates by 5 years. 5 years, dog. 5 freaking years total of the ages between their opponents. Come on, man. You running with them bogus ass narratives because on social media, these guys don't think anyone's going to do the research when they're a fan. But the content creators are going to do some research, though. I admit, when EJ was 25, 26, he was too sharp, too crispy. Now he just looked like he's going through the motions. But they said his outside recreational activities didn't start to Carlos Ocampo win. You know what I'm saying? In that picture is Errol practicing his walk back to the locker room after the fight. He looks sad. No, he looks normal there, Toby. That's how you're supposed to look when you've been using the cheat code on every other opponent and you haven't been taking the sport serious. That's how you're supposed to look when it comes time that you know Terrence Crawford's name has never been on the easy route. That's how you're supposed to look. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be that way, dog. Toby, don't tell him. Don't tell him everything you see in the thumbnail. We don't want them to continue to go in a state of depression. Now, I really haven't been mentioning depression, but depression is a huge deal with these aerosexuals. You heard Showtime talk about moist, emotional and moist. Now, those are underlying factors that are driving these freaking aerosexuals into depression leading up to these last 2 weeks. It's not up to us, man, unless they paying us now. It's not up to us to babysit and micromanage these aerosexuals all the way to fight day. It's not up to us to do that. He said, bro, if I gotta tell you one more time, Postal said the same thing. Basically, Postal just favors Spence. I'm just saying you're wrong, bro. I'm saying you and Postal on track with the first 6 rounds. You didn't put a flashcard up there. You didn't put a flashcard, man. You need to put a flashcard next time, Blunts. You know, stay away from just regular text. Put a flashcard. Look, bro, I'm not no pro boxer, but I've beaten guys bigger than me and lost to someone smaller than me. At this level, these warriors like Bud aren't intimidated like a regular fan. That's true words right there. That's true words. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of boxers will tell you that they spar bigger guys. It depends on who they are. You know what I'm saying? There are some fighters who I've seen spar smaller guys, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Are you trying to save your hands? I know that Tank Davis has been on record as sparring bigger guys. Real talk. I know that for a fact. You know, and we all see what happened with that. But that's good shit right there, man. Thanks for dropping that info. Swaggy, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for that boxing info, man. That is a solid point though. That he said Bud aren't intimidated like a regular fan. If Bud is intimidated by what? The little size that Errol Spence had, the little height, he's a little bit taller. Come on, man. How big was Jeff Horn? I can give you 2 fighters off his welterweight resume that was either taller than Spence or bigger than Spence. That's Jose Benavidez and Jeff Horn. Period. Easy work. And if you want to talk about the ones that they just denounce all the time, Kell Brook, big fighter, man. Nobody can say Kell Brook is not a big fighter. when Sean Porter fought Kell Brook, his size, you can see it. It was evident. But yeah, Kell Brook too, man. Nah. Don't you do that. You ain't putting that off on the wife. We ain't doing that to the missus now. You ain't doing that to the missus. We ain't putting this off. You're going to have to take full responsibility for not being able to comprehend what was being said when this boxing talk after Blunts clearly sit up here and broke the shit down that Postal was referencing. He was saying, hey, this is what I think, I'm going for this, and I think it should be this, and this. He never gave you the impression that he was speaking and saying that himself. That's why he referenced Postal. Because I'm not going to go no disrespect. I don't mess with people's family, but don't put that off on the wife, bro. Nah, that's you. That's you, man. Rice Eater 79 in the building, man. What's good with it, Rice Eater? Good to see you on deck, man. Hey, people think all the time, man. What they thinking about, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing right there. You know what I'm saying? People think all the time. If you think Spence stops him, and that's what I like about y'all strays, right? Y'all never can mention Bud name like that. Why? Look what you just wrote, man. I pay attention to language all the time. Like, Bud, but I thought you said Bud. It didn't make me say Bud, but you put a T on the end. I thought I overlooked that shit, but there's a but. I think Spence stops him after 10 though. Stops who? Derek? You think he stops Marvelous Jarvis? Who? McAlooey? Is McAlooey back in camp? Huh? Who's over there? Ryan Garcia? Do you think Ryan Garcia? What about Anthony Joshua? Who? Stops who? Man, the week of my vacation is going to be lovely. Appetizer on Tuesday. And in a way, relaxation. Then the 29th, he's having a fish fry B-Day party worldwide. Got my Aerosmith small dish apron ready. Small fish apron ready. No doubt, man. That's the way it's supposed to be. No doubt. We're looking forward to the fish fry, bro. I just think we're going to see a different Spence. Bro, I'm not here to take you through counseling. Spence is much older now. Him and his trainer is going to have to own up to the words on, the fighters wasn't nothing. They was over the hill. When you have a fighter that was the same age of the fighters that you was talking about over the hill, Errol is about the same age when he fought him. He's older. And some of these fighters that they talking about over the hill when Bud fought him. Errol's 33 years old now. Come on. He gonna have to own up to that shit. It ain't fun to break no fight down. Not on the YTC. It makes no sense at all. All you do is get haters and critics that think they're look, you got people on here that believe they can break down a fight based off what they heard and all this other shit, but you can't find them at one single gym. Not the GEM, the GYM. You know what I'm saying? The GYM, Golf Yankee Mike. You don't find them at no gym. They ain't never smelt the must and the sweat and the humidity in one of these gyms. They go in there and they came in there with J's and all their best gear, and the gym's like 100 degrees. Oh, I can't stay in here. It's too fucking hot. I haven't seen them in a gym, dog. Catch up. Step your game up. You don't go to gyms. You don't go to gyms. And you don't go to gyms. They want to sit up here and act like they got the perfect breakdown based off film footage. Go to the gyms. Go cover a fight. Become more acclimated. Acquainted with the teams. Talk with the fighters. Gather an understanding as to how these cats think about certain fights they have coming up. How they are as a human being. You cats are on the outside. just trying to guess, and think, because you can articulate criteria that you have heard over and over again, and over time you just remediate the same shit, so you make yourself seem like you're important, and and you're doing this perfect breakdown, but you're not. You're way off. You sound like you don't know shit about boxing, because all you've been doing is just observing. I just hate when a person look at Errol Height and get instantly intimidated. Man, where your heart at this level? Bud don't look at that. He looks at him like another opponent that he's got to beat. Man, Swaggy D in here swagging out, bro. That's what I'm talking about, Swaggy. You know what I'm saying? JDL, read that content that Swaggy putting in here, bro. He's breaking some shit down for you. You talking about predictions? Well, just look at what he's talking about right here. Get educated. Appreciate that. So the Swaggy D dropping some gems with an E in the middle. But can attack the right eye, open that surgery cut up. No, whatever you do, Yoda, seriously, don't talk about old injuries when he still might be going into the last hours of sparring. Please, this word may get back to him, and that eye start to twitch and twinkle and twinkle. You know what I'm saying? That eye start to twitch and twinkle, and he started to be like, Derek, something ain't right. My eye ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, did you tell him not to hit me in the eye? Who's this guy right here? Oh, that's the same one that did the first time. That's McAlooey. You weren't paying attention? McAlooey is back. Shit. Hey, Derek James gonna ban McAlooey from the gym after this, because it's 2 fights. It'll be a second fight that he caused Errol Spence to get injured. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a second fight, man. McAlooey's gonna be banned. He's gonna be put on the list of freaking Blu-ray fitness. And if prime Mike Tyson can lose, and Goliath from the Bible can lose, anybody can lose. True words, man. That's deep. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I have to be petty about that, Swaggy D. We ain't talking about slingshots in here, Swaggy D. We ain't talking about slingshots, man. We talking about pistons. We talking about punches. We talking about gloves. We talking about distance gauged by the length of your physical anatomy and your limbs, man. The 2 limbs from an 8-limb freaking combat sport. That's Swaggy D. You know what I'm saying? You're able to use your feet, your toes, your knees to move around and everything. We're talking about what God bless you with. We're not talking about the special custom-made slingshot that David had. And we can't do that, Swaggy D, now. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rocking out with slingshots in here now. Crawford is gonna knock Errol dentures out. No, he has implants. He has implants. So the implants, they can actually come apart, and then wherever he got his teeth done, he can go back and have them snap that back in, because the screw is into the bone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm taking these aerosexuals into deep water the same way Bud gonna do. Spence, you know what's next. You're gonna take them into deep water and drown them, dog. Man, you on your savage mode. Damn. Man, the chat is getting savage the closer we get to the fight. Jesus Christ. Y'all are getting goddamn savage, man. The air is different in Colorado. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Man, come on. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, when I was running track, I used to run steps, but I ain't never ran the amount of steps like that. And plus, I've never ran altitude like that. And steps that's the most underrated shit, boy. Steps is no joke. Seriously, you're activating your hamstrings, you're activating your calves. You know what I'm saying? You're activating all those muscles back there, which only gonna help you throughout the fight to continue to maintain that mobility when fatigue start to set in and shit. Them lungs, to keep them lungs going. Man, how can you not win? The war of attrition, how can you not win running up in that elevation? You gotta win, bro. Terrence Crawford going to beat Errol Spence, then go after Ennis. I have a feeling Crawford's a savage with the chip. I don't know that Wayne if he's going to go, because even though Ennis is next and he is going to be world champion in welterweight, no doubt about it. You got to check out the mentality of Crawford and where he's trying to go. Like once he collected the belts at 140, he moved up and he fought for immediate championship. So once he win these belts, I'm pretty sure it may reciprocate the same type of action. Because truth be told, Wayne, he wants the big money fights, it seems. Why not? Why not get the big money fights? Why not get the big money fights? You're coming off undisputed. Now. Jermell Charlo's coming off undisputed. He about to step in there with Canelo Alvarez. I'm just saying, you're coming off undisputed. What's in it? You know what I'm saying? What's in it? Where the money going to be at? The payout. Yeah, Ennis will probably get the highest payout he's gotten in his boxing career. But how do they? Where do they put this fight? Because truth be told, this will be a fight that Ennis fighting Crawford could potentially bring in higher numbers. I'm not talking about similar numbers of Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, but bring in higher numbers that is pretty fair, so to speak, pretty much above average. Because it'll be the old guard against the new guard, but I don't know if he's gonna do that. I think he's more so looking forward to the bigger competition at 154 that makes sense to his legacy. He doesn't get anything except the defense down here. Whereas if he moves up to 154, you're talking about adding on another division to his legacy, and also being able to fight for another group of championship belts. That's only if Jermell Charlo grows some cojones. I see him locked in to face Canelo, going to a division he ain't never did shit at, like he said about Crawford, right? Crawford ain't did shit at 154. He's a little boy. I'm busy. Well, nigga, I hope you busy when the bell ring with Canelo and you don't get your second loss. I'm going for Charlo to rise to the occasion, man. I'm going for Charlo to rise to the occasion. Get it done, bro. Go get it done. Set history. Make history again. You know what I'm saying? Put a Canelo on your freaking resume in the win column. I'm not a hater like that just because I don't like Charlo. I still want to see him be able to go in there, because I said this way back. I said the brothers need to stop fighting, stop chasing the Hispanic fighters, the Mexican fighters, and become them. I said that a long time ago. You need to become them. We're always chasing. And two Charlos and a Spence. That's all they've been doing is chasing Canelo. That's real talk. I spoke on that. They've been chasing a Canelo. So I'm going for Charlo in this fight. I want to see the brother go in there and shock the world, so to speak. It don't matter what Floyd did and what Dimitri Bivol did. Jermell will be moving up from 54 to 68. I want to see him go in there and win. James Toney picking Bud, Antonio Tarver picking Bud. Roy Jones say he think Bud can stop him. Hey man, the words they sharp, they hurt, man. Sean Porter, in my opinion, was ahead against Spence until he got caught. Man, they always talk about that fight, always. Another thing, aerosexuals don't mention his age. They still see him if this is 25-year-old Spence. I agree. Another thing they look at too, Carlos, is they want to overlook the fact that he still has residual effects going on from his accident. But see, just because he came back and had 2 wins, they just want to just put it to the side like it don't exist. It does. It does exist. And we're going to see it exist in this fight. You can't run that cheat code going in there 40%, like Derrick James said, and think you're going to whoop Crawford, at 40%. Shout out to Jamal Neasy on deck. What's good with you, bro? These aerosexuals are scared of Bud's preparation for Spence. This man is hungry. Sleep in peace, EJ. Talk that shit, Neasy. And JDL, man, you need to leave a super chat or something, man. You new to the. I'm not gonna spend all my time doing that with you, bro. I'm not gonna do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ask the wife for permission and put a super chat in here, dude. I'm one of the only ones that actually go through the freaking comments. I'm not gonna entertain you like that. You new to the chat too? No, you don't get that privilege, man. You got cats like Neasy that support the channel, man, and you just coming over here and you lost. You know what I'm saying? We don't babysit over here, bro. We got Blunts that's been over here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Toby, we've all got to be looking out for the aerosexuals on July 30th. We got to explain it's only a fight, and they're always the rematch. Be ready to talk be ready to talk them down when necessary. It could get serious. Yeah, man. Hey, you absolutely right on that, man. He says it's only a fight. Hey, and there's always the rematch. Be ready to talk them down if necessary. Oh my God, man, that's hilarious, dog. Talk them off the ledge. No, you have so much to live for. Get back in there. Oh my God, man. Aerosexuals, please don't show up to this man's neighborhood because you're mad, feeling some type of way. He's only being truthful. One thing I give both of them lots of credit for is how they train, and Aero trains in like 100 degrees in Bud's gym and Bud's gym and high altitudes, both beneficial to both styles. Stamina won't be an issue though. I have to partially disagree with stamina won't be an issue. I think it is. I think it's going to be an issue. Real talk. Like I've been in conditions where it was super duper hot. Like, okay, if you're cutting weight in conditions that the temperature is elevated, right? And you're sweating. Does that take your endurance level to a higher level just because of the temperature? Just because you're sweating more than normal and your body's losing fluids? Does that mean your cardio is going to be different? Are you training in a gym that's 150 degrees because you in fat camp? You know what I'm saying? I would think more so the benefit of Crawford basically working from the inside out. What is the temperature working the inside out? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it burns fat. It gets your body acclimated to the heat. But that ring come July 29th, it's not going to be 150 degrees. I would more so put more praise and value in the fact of running up some stairs at a different elevation for my lungs. You know what I'm saying? For my lungs heading into this fight, rather than being and just think about the temperature that's out there. The temperature, hot, you know what I'm saying? Hot temperature, high elevation, and you're running up steps, you're going to get 2 benefits. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get double the benefits. That's just how I see it. Respectfully, I retweeted Bud's bag workout on Twitter yesterday. It was seen 25,000 times. I had so many Spence fans talking crazy. I can confirm the Spence fans are indeed nervous. Yeah, I read what you put out there, and I was gonna check that out after this because I know they up there, hating because when Spence was hitting the bag And you know, his bag session didn't look the same. But I don't care about none of that. Let him hit the bag. Let Spence hit the bag. You know, it's all good. I don't necessarily disagree. I believe he wants to take care of them PBC boys, especially Errol and the Charlos, but I won't be surprised if he does fight Boots after Spence. But who knows? That's a good one. Who knows? I don't know. Shout out to Lost Art of Boxing, the LAB on deck. What's good, family? How you feeling? Tyrese EJ handled a fresh out of the country jail Floyd, but gonna be easy work for EJ. Said EJ handled a fresh out of the county jail Floyd, but gonna be easy work for EJ. So what you saying is that Floyd Mayweather had ample amount of time to have people training him and having the same equipment, the same resources and all that in the county or wherever he was at. And then you take a Spence who fought him getting out of jail and you're trying to make that applicable to July 29th. You're going to make that applicable to somebody who wasn't locked up and was out there working out. You're going to make that applicable to Floyd getting out. Come on, Tyrese. You're better than that. Come on, you're better than that, man. You're better than that. For real. You're better than that, bro. What's going on, young Charlie Guap on deck? He said, Bud in shape. It ain't going to be easy. Spence going to have to take it to another gear. You're going to have to take it to another gear and then some. You know what I'm saying? And then some. Shout out to Dion Washington, man. My guy on deck, Tuscaloosa in the building. Just finished my community service, coming in Airborne Ranger style. You know what I'm saying? Hey, show them what's up with the TAC team there, Dion. Let them know what the tactical team about. Dion up there running heels and shit, getting ready. Hey, Dion say, check my cardio. I got better cardio right now than Spence. I got better cardio. He said, WCS, you have to talk. You have to talk to the aerosexuals like Pops. Talk to Craig in the movie Friday. Put the gun down, Craig. Put the gun down now. Now this we did. Put the deuce up. That's what we did, Craig. Put the deuce up. That's another way. Give me the gun. Give me the gun, Craig. Give me the gun. That's it. That's it. That's my boy. Yeah. You live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying, Carlos? Man, that's a good analogy, man. That's solid. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the late great, though. Shout out to the late great, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not babysitting people, kids in my chat for free. I'm not doing it. I'm a firm believer in kicking someone when they're down and won't be talking anyone off no ledges. I'll be playing crisscross jump. You're gonna make them jump. Now y'all bringing in some old school shit. Shout out to crisscross, man. I definitely was in the club at some point in time when that song was damn popping. Real talk. When that song was jumping, I was in the club. You know what I'm saying? No. Hey, Tyrese, you say you see the sarcasm, fam. Look, you gotta understand how many comments I'm reading. So it may be a twitch. You gotta understand. So I always gotta put this out there, Tyrese. If I read something and you don't get the reaction you want because I didn't understand it, and I was in the same mindset that I was this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know sometimes what's sarcasm. Only if it's coming from me. I know my own sarcasm. You know what I'm saying? I know my own sarcasm. But don't take it personal, man. You know what I'm saying? I have to say I'm up older in life and I'm reading all these comments and I'm not going to get every last one of them right. You know what I'm saying? Just take it as that, dog. That's all I'm saying. Just take it as that, dog. Come on, Tyrese. I know you over here. I know you over here for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal, dog, because I didn't get it right. if look, my sarcasm, when I'm able to read someone else's sarcasm, you have to make it sarcastic. It can't be dry sarcasm. It has to be enough for me, because when I do sarcasm, I make it over the top as much as possible so people can get it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't figure it out. If it's dry sarcasm, what? You having a bad day, man? You know, I can't dial it in, man. Shout out to the Clipper on deck. I'm convinced anybody that thinks Spence gonna win is probably from Texas or casual. They have the right. I'm not gonna even encapsulate everybody, because people try to do that with the Bud Crawford supporters, right? They always try to group us all together. You know what I'm saying? Like no one can think for themselves. I don't get that from Bud supporters. I think they can think. I know for a fact they think for themselves. All of us don't think the same. But when you go to the aerosexuals, they all think the same. Oh, he ain't gonna be able to get past the jab. You're right. All 50 of them motherfuckers in there. You're right. No jab. He can't get past the jab. He gonna get tore up to the body. You're right. To the body. Yeah. Terrence ain't gonna be able to make it past the body. Yeah. He gonna break him down. He gonna take his eye. Yep. He gonna take his eye. Yep. Arrow's gonna take Bud's eye. Yep. I swear, man, that's the way it is, dog. Tyrese said true. Yeah, man, that's all I'm saying, dog. It got to be blatant sarcasm now, Tyrese. Blatant. But I got to bounce. I got things to take care of. Real talk. It's been a pleasure as always talking with you about this boxing. Can't hit that high note. Boxing. Yes, sir. Man, let me get that comment down. You know what I'm saying? That is right there, man. We got to do it again another time. I'm at my 2-hour mark, man. 2-time undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Break who, nigga? Huh? You see where I'm at right now with my conditioning? Break who? We ain't playing, man. We ain't playing, dog. Break who? Somebody find a pic. What Spencer's looking like Crawford, man. Where he's dialed in, that condition is where it is. I want to hear Derrick James get up. Yeah, I saw that picture. That don't mean nothing. Don't show me that picture, man. God damn it. Look, hey, check out the Fight Hub interview, Derrick James. I was supposed to do a live on that. You know what? I'm still is too. But check out the Fight Hub TV interview with Derrick James. Man, it is the most cringe-worthy interview. This dude started talking about something because it irritates him. People thought I was bullshitting about saying how he act like an asshole, man. Dude, look how he did my boy. Go to Fight Hub TV and check out Derrick James' interview and see what he got irritated about. I'm not gonna tell y'all the whole thing, man. But this dude got irritated over some shit, man. I swear to God, man. This dude, seriously, his personality is crazy. You know what I'm saying? No wonder Crawford crossed the man and said, "What? What you gonna do, motherfucker? What you talking about, motherfucker?" I said, "What's up, nigga?" But y'all hold it down, man. Continue to support the channel. And hit the like button on your way out and sub. I appreciate you. I'm out.